All right, so we're gonna get into this video that is going viral. So I'm just waiting for the link to populate on my channel and then we will get into it because apparently, I don't even know what to say, honestly. We're just gonna I haven't watched the full video, so I'm gonna watch the video with you all. And so basically, as you see, you can't see the full title on the screen, but I'll put it here. So there's this guy who has 7 kids by 7 women. And this is how he is living his life and getting down. And that is the standard that he set for himself and how he's choosing to give it up. Right? So we're gonna be watching this for the first time together. A lot of you have been sending this to me to react to. I'm super, super, super tired today because I worked out twice today. And so I'm spent, I'm beat. And I didn't want to come live today, but it was like most of the messages that I was getting was about this because I guess it's just so outlandish that a lot of people wanted to talk about it. So talk about it we shall. So let me get the link sent out on all of these platforms. A lot of people are joining the text notification squad. Let me just give you all a message about the text notification squad. The telecom companies have changed the rules again. And so now people have begun to not get their text again. So there's probably some sort of new regulation and paperwork that I need to fill out, etc. So if you're not getting your text, then you write to me so that you can get the link to Telegram so you can get the free notification that way. So let me go ahead and send out the notification on Telegram. I'm sorry, I'm moving a little slow. I'm super, super, super tired. Like I said, I'm so, so, so fatigued, right? So we're going to be talking about this today. We're going to get live on all of the platforms. Don't you worry. I got you. All right. So I just sent it out text. I'm sending it out on Telegram. And then we're just going to go ahead and get live on all of these platforms. All right, so let's see. All right, we are live on Twitch. We're live on Twitter. We're live on Facebook. We're live on LinkedIn. And of course, we are live on YouTube. So let's go ahead and get into today's story. Apparently, this guy on the screen, he's going viral for producing a lot of children with a lot of different women and not caring for them and just being very outlandish in his speech. I have not watched the full video. I saw it and got the gist of it, and then I clicked out. Honestly, I clicked out. And so what we're going to do is we are going to watch his whole video together, and then we are going to we're going to watch his whole video together, and then I'm going to provide my commentary on it. Please keep in mind I'm very tired, very, 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 very tired because I worked out twice today. I'm trying to just be as healthy as I can. Go ahead and thumbs up the video. And let's go ahead. Where's my headphones? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, all right.
I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas. Now, for the past few days, I've been going live telling my story, speaking my truth. And a lot of women having an issue calling me a deadbeat because I tell them I was being irresponsible, yet not wearing protection. But I always tell these women that I got pregnant that I do not want to be a father to these children. And I offer to pay for the abortion. Majority of times, they'll either take the abortion or they'll take a plan B. But only these 7 have kept these children. But the crazy thing about it is they want me to be responsible for some children I told them I did not want. So for some years now, some of them been trying to get in contact with me, access denied. Because I don't really know why you trying to get in contact with me. I done told you I did not want them kids. So don't expect me to be responsible financially, emotional, spiritually, mentally, or physically with some kids I do not want. And I don't give a fuck what nobody think about it. You're not gonna force children up on me. Yeah, we both made the decision to lay down and have intercourse. We both was irresponsible about the decisions we made that night. Yeah, I could have pulled out, but I didn't. And I ain't care to pull out because I'm not the one that gonna have to carry a baby for 9 months. It's the woman. In my opinion, women should be more careful on who they sleep with. Because you're gonna be like, one of my baby mamas trying to find me so I can financially support a kid I done told her or them I did not want. Another thing is, these just jump offs. These the type of women that I ain't even had to do nothing for. The bare minimum, but they gave me access to their body and they think I want to be a father to a child for one of them? Like, I don't even have no type of love for these women. How do they expect me to love these children? Before y'all say, oh, he irresponsible, he a deadbeat, he don't take accountability. Yeah, I do. I just don't give a fuck. You ain't gonna force these children on me when I told you I ain't want them. Yeah, I can offer to pay for abortion, but at what point can I force a woman to go get an abortion? I cannot. A woman say, my body, my choice, but I say, it's my life, my choice. Before y'all try to stitch this shit and be like, black man this, black man that, I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I got 7 kids and 7 baby mamas.
All right.
Now for the past
So
few
that's the clip right there. You know what? I don't, this there's a lot wrong with this, right? There's a lot wrong with this. And look, oh my God. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. Let's just talk about this real quick. Oh my God, this is just, I'm a self-love specialist, right? So there's so many different angles that this can come from. Let me just say this. This man doesn't love himself. He doesn't love himself. He says, how can he love the children when he didn't love any of the women? The children are part of you. When you create something, especially like a human being, you extend love to that part of you that is living in this world defenseless, who didn't ask to be here. Regardless of the choices of the adults that got into the situation, the child didn't ask to be here. The child came into an already unfortunate situation, right? And so there's a lot, there's a lot. So I see people who's like, get a vasectomy, and of course, but you have to understand that this man is coming from it from a, I don't want to say demonic, because demonic talks about the occult, but this man has problems. He has severe problems. I was listening to Dr. Ramani. She was on this podcast the other day. It was either Dr. Ramani or the speaker that spoke before her. But this particular speaker was saying, why is it that people end up being like their narcissistic parent, right? And she basically explained that a way to become close to a parent, because people are always working out childhood issues when they're in these states of trauma, even as adults, that they are looking for ways to become close to their parents to resolve issues. And if you cannot resolve the issue with your parent, many people become their parent and identify with the parent through the toxic behavior. So I can imagine, by looking at this human being, that he grew up in a terrible situation where his father was probably not around for him. And so he is now taking on the role of the absent father in all of these children's lives. And he's going out there on a penis rampage, just having a whole bunch of intercourse. That's one stance, but there's another stance inside of me that is also looking at the women who are laying down with him. Now, from what it is that I know from living in 2023, there's no telling what the race of the women are that he's sleeping with. A lot of people can imagine a lot of different things in their mind about who the woman is, but I can tell you this much: she doesn't really love herself very much either, unfortunately. And so we have this vicious cycle of people who are lacking in self love, engaging in self destructive behavior in which they are creating new human beings, right? Um, I'm going to go take a look at this male's page, right? And I want us to just see what's going on his page, get a sense for who it is that this person is, the types of things that he
I got
talks
7
about,
kids.
right? Let's see if we can get to his page and just take a look around at the types of things that he talks about. So here's another
I
video he
honestly
did.
just learned what a vasectomy was 3 days ago when I started speaking on this shit. But when I figure out what that is, I'm not doing that shit. Then they asking why not wear a condom. I have worn protection a lot of times. These are just the instance when I have not. And unfortunately, it has resulted into the woman being pregnant. But ask yourself and ask your friends as a woman,
Mm-mm-mm.
when is the last time that you told a man to put on a condom? Because I have never in my 27 years heard a woman request me to put a condom on. And me being an irresponsible man, knowing that that shit feel better raw, if I'm not gonna put a condom on, and if she not gonna ask me, it would not be no condom. And another thing, y'all keep saying, I don't think he's telling these women he's not going to be a father after he have sex and accidentally get them pregnant. Do that shit even matter? Do I have to tell a woman to be responsible for her body? Do I have to tell a woman to wait for a man to commit to her before she have unprotected sex with him? Or do I have to tell a woman wait till marriage before she gives a man access to her motherfucking body? It used to be a point of time where women actually valued their innocence, actually valued their virginity. But we do not live in that day to day, do we? Y'all want me to respect a woman's body more than she respected herself. So I, as a man, can prevent her from getting pregnant. Whatever.
Why is he hollering? This is annoying. It's like this guy he's irritating me. I don't understand why he's screaming. Why do I have to tell her? It's just too much. God, I don't understand this. He's screaming, 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 screaming. For what reason? I don't know. It's just bizarre. It's bizarre. This guy's annoying me.
Whatever a woman gonna allow me to do, I'm gonna do. Don't expect me to be irresponsible. Because if we both irresponsible, who's responsible for carrying that motherfucking child for 9 months? It sure ain't no goddamn man. It sure ain't me. I don't got no remorse. I don't feel bad. That woman knew what she was doing when she laid down and slept with me. She knew the consequences. She knew the risk. And don't be trying to be like, oh, it's women with low self-esteem. It's women that's ghetto or ratchet, or it's hood women. My 7 baby mamas. And I don't even know why I claim them, just because it became a conversation. But some of them rich, some of them poor. Some of them classy, some of them ratchet. Some got regular ass jobs, some got great jobs. So it's a woman on all levels that'll fuck with a nigga like me. And don't even try to speak on morals and respect, because we don't have the same definition of morals and respect. Stop trying to tell people they gotta hold me accountable or people like me accountable. The only person that can hold me accountable is my motherfucking self. Stop expecting men or women to come talk to me. I'm a grown ass man. I ain't gonna listen to shit you gotta say. And trust me, y'all think women gonna hear me talk and then stay away from me. They still gonna get this 8.5, trust me. So I do not feel motherfucking bad. I'm the most honest individual you'll fucking meet. I do not have to manipulate no woman for no pussy, trust me. I honestly just learned what a vasectomy.
Y'all believe that classy women. See, he's talking about jobs and wealth and all of this other stuff. This man is a walking, most likely a walking disease machine, right? Most likely, he is most likely a walking disease machine. He hollering like this, looking the way he look, and he is talking about these women. Some of them are wealthy, some of them are poor, some of them are ratchet, and they'll still mess with him. He didn't say nothing about self-love. He didn't talk about their self-love, having money, and any of, and then also what is his perspective of being rich or having money or whatnot, right? What is his perspective? There's so many different points in this. So I gave one point. Second point is, oh my gosh. The second point is, uh, there needs to be a lot more abortions out there, a lot more plan Bs. You know, I don't talk about this. I said this only once in one of my videos because everybody feels a different way about abortion, but I believe in a woman's right to choose. Go get yourself the plan B. First of all, why are they even messing with a person like him to begin with? Any woman who's having unprotected sex with a human being like him is lacking in self-love, especially if he's hollering and sounding like all of this. That's point number 3. There needs to be, we need to be making much smarter decisions about what it is that we are doing with our bodies. Look, this guy he's talking, 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 talking. And there's a lot of people who are like, oh, they do all of these stats and data and blah blah blah. They say the most dangerous place for a black child is in a black woman's womb, and these are most likely a whole bunch of baby daddies making these statements. Maybe this womb needs to become a lot more dangerous for these infidel seeds. Maybe it needs to become a lot more hostile environment. Maybe people need to be making uh, more responsible decisions. And if a mistake happens in which you have the choice of stopping a fetus, stopping an embryo before it becomes a life, a human being out in this world who has wants and needs, and who is going to spend 18 years, looking to you for guidance, etc. And if you know that you're not up for the job to be able to properly raise a child on your own, do what it is that you got to do to make sure that you don't have that child. And I can't tell you what it is that you need to do with your body, but there's so many different things. My mind, there's so much that I want to say, and there's going to be a lot of people who are going to call me a mammy, a pick me, and all this other stuff, right? One of the things that I have learned over the past few weeks, right, is that we as Black women, we are making some very, very, very poor decisions in terms of who we give views to, who we give money to, who we give allegiance to. I supported in 2 videos a person on YouTube, a person with a penis, and this person turned out to not be able to stand up to questions. Like he crumbled and fell apart with simple questioning. And I found out behind the scenes why this person could not stand up to slight scrutiny, right? I found out behind the scenes why. And I haven't spoken about it because I don't want to stay tethered to this human being. This person seems very obsessed with me, right? And I'm not interested in that energy, right? But one of the things that I noticed is that there are a lot of Black women who just really don't have standards. There's a lot of women out there, period, that just really just don't have standards. You don't have standards for what enters into your brain, what enters into your mind. There was somebody who was giving nutritional advice on Instagram. This is the fucking life we fucking live in, yo. There was a person on Instagram giving nutritional advice, and I was scrolling past, and this person was just talking and talking. Oh, my New York accent is so deep right now because I'm so tired. I can't even dampen it. So this person is talking and talking, right? And I was like, people are really taking nutritional advice from a person with no training who's just talking on Instagram. It's like, what are your qualifications, ma'am? So I realized recently that we as women, oh God, we don't ask enough questions. This is part of the reason that I am creating a card game for you all to be able to ask questions. Make sure that you stay up with me. I'm in the process. I'm still interviewing people now, from all different walks of life, and just really honing in to get the best questions out there. But nonetheless, right? Every time that I think that we're in a place that we are not, I get a rude awakening, right? Yesterday, just yesterday, I did a video, and it was a video of a guy wearing two earrings, and he was talking about the passport bros. And if you go and you look at that video, you'll see that there are a bunch of women on there, black women, right? Who are like, Tonya, you wrong for this. You picking on the wrong person. Oh, it hurt my heart to see you picking on this man. Oh, Tonya, you wrong for this. This man has been uplifting black women. This man has been this. You wrong. You don't know. You need to do your research. You need to do your homework. Fuck. Fuck. Let me tell you something. I'm not you. All right. I don't. My eyes. I remember I was snorkeling in Thailand, off the island. It was either off Phi Phi Island or Phuket, right? I was snorkeling, and I have a belly ring. For those of you who don't know, I have a belly ring. And while I was snorkeling, there was a school of fish that were out. And one of the fish left its school to come over and nibble on my belly ring. Now, when this happened, I jumped and I swallowed all this salt water and I was gasping and all this other stuff, right? But I realized that there must have been some light shining on my belly ring or whatever, but they saw something shiny and the little fish came over and nibbled on my belly ring, right? Listen, I am not you. I don't get mesmerized by shiny things. I fucking listen. You know, there's too many of us who don't fucking listen. I ask questions and I listen for the answer. I look at your face, I look at your body language, and I tap into my intuition to tell to so that the ancestors can guide me, right? I do that. I played a video yesterday and I heard what the man said in that video. I don't need to become mesmerized by other videos to be like, oh, I'm going to give this man my allegiance, blah, 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 blah. No, what the fuck are you doing? There's far too many of us out here who are just not opening our eyes. We're not opening our ears. We're not asking questions. And we are not requiring much of these motherfuckers. We ain't requiring much of them. Like he said in here, people not requiring much of him. All it takes is for a person. Let me tell you, the passport bros they've been coming over to my videos talking about how they feeding me because I'm making videos about the passport bros. I'm eating off of them. You goddamn right, motherfuckers. I'm making a lot of money talking about the passport bros. I wanted to do a whole video today about that. Yes, you feed me. You feed me content with your fucking stupidity. You feed me content with all of that damn stupid ass drama going on in your community. And every time I turn on my camera and open it up and talk about the passport bros, I make money. And I will continue to make money because you want to talk all this shit about black women? Well, here's a black woman making money off of your stupidity and your dumbness and all that dumb drama and your fucking foolishness that you're going around doing out here. Yes, yes, yes. No qualms about it. No qualms about it. But here we go. All it takes is for a man to turn on his camera. All it takes is for him to put a little bit of beard oil in. All it takes is for him to what? Exist as a human being with a damn penis, and there are people over there cracking open their legs for him. What can I say to you? What can I say to you if you want to let a human being look? We could play some more of his videos because I bet you they only looking at the viral story and a whole mockery is being made of it. But this dude has a whole page. He has a whole page full of videos, a whole page full of all different types of videos. So why don't we go ahead and take a gander? Why don't we go ahead and take a gander? So we've looked at two.
Man,
Here's
let me
one.
tell you goofy motherfucker something, bro. You should only, and I mean this with every inch and breath and motherfucking bone I got in my body. You should only take care of a woman that's your wife or the mother of your kids. Is she your girlfriend? Tell the bitch to...
Wait a minute. This is the same man. You see what I'm saying? In one video, he's talking about the 7 baby mamas that he has. And then he's talking about how he doesn't care for any of those children. He don't love her, so he can't love a human that he created, right? Then in the next video, he's talking about how you should only take care of a woman who's your wife or the mother of your children. He has no wife. Speaking of our low-ass standards, listen, let me tell you something. I don't have no allegiance to no damn community out here on YouTube, whether you're BWE or divestment or what else? What other communities are there out there? Whatever community there is, I don't have no allegiance to any particular community. My message is about self-love, about you loving yourself, doing the work to fall into self-love. That's it, or to grow into self-love. That is it. That's all I really, truly care about. I care about you because when you do the things that you need to do to love yourself, the world around you looks different. If he loved himself, he wouldn't be on the internet behaving this way. If he loved himself, he wouldn't abandon his children like that. If he loved himself, he would want to make the world a better place. He would want to help these defenseless human beings that his semen created, his sperm created, right? So when Black women come out and they're talking on my videos and they're bashing me over a person with a penis, right? Like this man that I reacted to yesterday. People are talking about, oh, he's been in this movement against the passport bros. Where was he before the passport bros started blowing up? From what it is that I hear, he was the damn passport bro his doggone self. Listen, I got my rise. The man in yesterday's video did not marry a Black woman, does not have Black children, and he's over here turning on his camera, holding men accountable by calling them all different types of ashy bastards and all this other stuff. Impress me by showing me that you're a member of Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America, and that you're mentoring the youth, mentoring a young man so that he doesn't turn into something like this. I'm not impressed by you sitting up on the internet calling people ashy bastard and no lotion having motherfuckers and all of that. Okay, well, who is the audience that you're saying this to? You're not gonna reach your audience insulting them like that. It's like we women, we keep exalting these men and making them famous and popular because they turn on a microphone and have a beard or a penis. And I'm like, for me, so it's like, what do you want me to say? Well, there's 2 people. It takes 2 people to create a child, and it takes a woman's decision to decide to go full term with it. What do you want me to say? It's like you're showing me that for something even as little as small as the standard for who it is that you look to and listen to online, who you give your support and allegiance to. Don't come fucking talking to me about no person with a penis on a microphone who for 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days been talking and uplifting, because I'm telling you, listen, the person that some of you decided to attack me over less than 3 months before, less than 3 months, this person was bashing Black women. Less than 3 months before, you all started fanning your pussies in his direction, fanning yourself and falling all over. Less than 3 months before. So it's like, what do they have to do? What does anybody have to do besides be a person with a penis and just show up talking on a microphone? And here you go. One woman commented on my video, damn, I gave that man $485. Well, kupon you, gyal. Kupon you. Oh, yeah. What can I say? What are our standards? What are our standards? Are we requiring anything of any person with a penis besides showing up and existing? Does he have to have a history? We're not even looking for the history of what all you had to do, I'll show you his page, just 3 videos in, he's talking dumb shit. 3 videos in. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. This is the 3rd video.
To get a job, and it's okay to do nice things.
Hold on.
Wife or the mother of your kids. If she your girlfriend, tell the bitch to get a job. And it's okay to do nice things for the women that you are dating. But you goofy ass niggas, stop going out your motherfucking way and setting these standards for these women just for their ass to be motherfucking single, because they realize every man not gonna do that shit for them. And it does not mean that most men not capable, but you was the motherfucking simp to pour all this expectation into this woman.
So now he's talking about motherfucking simps and all this other stuff.
And you don't even commit to her. Give her a relationship or a motherfucking ring. Now you done gave her this big spike of dopamine hit. Now she going around with these heightened expectations that never get met. Then giving motherfuckers a definition of a real man, but seems to never be able to keep these real men. So don't introduce her to an energy. Don't introduce her to a vibe that you not gonna maintain long term, because she gonna get out in this dating market and be looking for that shit for other men, and we don't even fuck with the bitch like that. We just want some yams. So go ahead and follow me. Man, let me tell you goofy motherfucker something.
So here he go. Here he go. He's advising the men, don't give these women good treatment, right? Oh, he's calling women bitches and stuff. What is your standard? Some of you are calling yourselves bitches. Some of you are calling your favorite friends bitches. So what is your standard? What is your standard? I just, look, we can look at some more. With this, that's 3 videos in. Here's 4 videos in.
Y'all gotta stop tagging me in y'all damn videos trying to make an example out of me, because I'm not the one, not even a little bit. Now, to add a little bit of context, she trying to spin the narrative as if I said, why don't women tell me to put condoms on? As easy as it is to get one of y'all to knock one of you down for $2 in a compliment, you really think a woman gotta tell me to put a condom on? What I was saying, to put it in full context, I done had about 200 bodies, bro. And I always made the conscious decision for me to wear protection for me. And about 5 women, don't matter they class, don't matter they status. From classy to ratchet, from rich to poor. Women do not tell men to put condoms on. And if you do, then you are a very few minority. Don't allow men to be responsible for your motherfucking body when it comes to intercourse. Why don't you tell him to put a condom on? Why don't you use contraceptives? Why don't you use abstinence? Why don't you order some female condoms from online? But y'all want to make men responsible for y'all bodies, but have no say so when y'all want to go to that clinic and get rid of it. Your body, your choice, huh? So make the choice to force more men to wear condoms before he get access to your motherfucking body. That's exactly what I was saying, to put that shit in context. Don't be tagging me on y'all weird ass videos, bro. Trying to make me an example, cause I ain't the one. Not even a little bit. Fuck out of here. Man, go ahead and follow me. Man, y'all gotta stop
And
tagging.
you see, what was this on his hand? It looked like he was holding a rotten banana. What in the world? I'm trying to, what was that? What is that in his hand? It looked like a rotten banana he holding up. His penis done fell off. His penis. Look, you see it, right? His penis done fell off. It is rotted. Oh my gosh. You know what? He's over here giving you all some self-love lessons for the ages, right? He's teaching, he's telling you all about how little he regards you, how little requirements you have. That's 4 videos in. Here's 5 videos here. Video 5.
It was me and it was my partner. I know the
Here.
craziest shit I done. It was me and it was my partner. We went to meet my other partners at Bombshells. So you know Bombshells got the little cute waiters and shit like that. Somehow we end up getting like a few of these females Instagram.
This guy got lint and crust in his beard, lint and crust all over his shirt. And this is
So we all was following them. So me and my partner was following this particular girl. So some days go by, shit like that, and I'm hitting up the old girl or whatever, and then you know I move fast. I end up smashing her or whatever. My partner, you know, hit my phone and shit like that. He like, "Damn, what you doing?" I'm like, "Bro, you know the little bitch that we had made at Bombshell, the one with the curly hair with that wagon on her." He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Bro, I just hit that other day." He's like, "Bro, stop bullshit, bro. I hit her like the day after I got her information." I said, "Nigga, you lying." So we go describing the inside of her house and shit. You feel me? So boom. So he ended up smashing her 2 days before I smashed her. But he was like, "Bro, you know what's crazy, bro? I think this my barber, bitch. Like, I think this his gal, bro, but I don't really know. You feel me?" So shit, guess what we do? We go get our hair cut. So when we get to the barbershop, we see the same car that was parked in old girl driveway. Cause mind you, me and him both went to her house and knocked it down separate days apart. So it's not the barber, bitch. It's a nigga that work in the barbershop. That's his bitch. Cause we seen him. It's like this shit was like divine timing or some shit. We seen him come out as we coming in and reaching the car to grab something. So boom. His main barber is busy, and old dude, he got like one person in front of him. So I'm like, shit, you look.
Is it just me, or is there something really strange about men wanting to go into the same hole that their boy was just in, and really just kind of being like, yeah, my penis was just in there. Yours too? Oh, wow. Let's go to the barber shop and let's go near the penis that's regularly in there. There's just something bizarre about that to me. There's something weirdly kind of homoerotic about it. I don't know what it is, but there's something about that just seems kind of, I don't know, fishy, suspect. I don't know.
You look like he can cut. So I waited to get a haircut by the nigga, so that's gonna be about an hour.
Bro, tell me why my partner sent up a smirky devil. You know the devil emoji? He sent me one of them hoes. We in that whole geek, really. We really geek because we know what's up, you feel me? We was like, shit, I'm about to see what she doing. We texting each other at this point because we both in the barbershop waiting for a haircut. Boom, she said nothing, bored. Bro, on everything I love, bro said, "I'll be right back." So I'm being this nigga lookout because he know that the little bitch by herself. So boom, I'm chilling, chopping it up with the barber and shit, just asking him all type of questions, like how long you been cutting hair. I don't know how we get on relationship, but we eventually talk about like
You know
hoes
how
and
you
shit.
got on
And he was like saying
relationship.
he don't cheat and all the other shit. Been with his girl for like 3 years, do everything for her, all type of shit. I don't know how we got on this conversation, but in the back of my head, I'm like, bruh,
Should I change the subject, goddamn? So, boom, I'm about to get my hair cut. It been about an hour. Now my partner finally back. Nigga come over here doing all this extra handshake shit we do. I think dude had a clue because he was like, hey, damn, bro, what you got on? You smell good. But the smell I smell like perfume. So, boom, bro, my hair get cut. I left this nigga a great tip because he gonna need it. I told my partner, hey, I'll be right back.
I know the craziest shit I done. It was me.
So he told his partner, oh, I'll be right back. Where's part 2 of the story? So basically, as we can only imagine, part 2 of the story is probably, he probably went over there, with his friend's semen still dripping out of the girl, and then just went up in there himself. Oh, I'm sure you can imagine that's what came next. So this is how he's getting down. That's how he's giving it up. And he's okay. So his penis is getting hard, thinking about his friend being in there and thinking about the barber. And this is the type of degeneracy that this man is engaging in. So now he's in there with his friend, the scent of his friend. And then, he went and let his friend go first because that's how it happened before. And then now he's the scent of him is on the girl. And now he's over there wafting in the aroma of his friend's semen. And then decides to go right up into the same vagina moments after his boy came out. And moments after he was in this barbershop chair. So this is who, I don't even know what to say. Let's go 5 videos in right? Here.
So I think it's something that was conditioned. The Black love, save the family, no matter how hard it.
She made an okay point when she said she think it's conditioned. This shit ain't got nothing to do with condition back then. It had everything to do with circumstance. We have always been stronger together. Y'all must not forget that we had real oppression and all women stick by us then when we had real shit to go through. And all black women stood by our side in the worst conditions, within the worst circumstance. We don't go through as nearly as the shit our grandparents went through, and they black women still stayed by their side through the circumstance. Like she said, which is wrong. Y'all don't have more money. Y'all have more opportunities. Inflation has debunked that theory that y'all have more money. It's crazy because I feel like our women feel like if we can't do anything for them, they can't love us. So unfortunately, black men, be prepared to pay for your black woman's love.
Right? So I think it's something that was conditioned. The Black love, save the family, no matter how hard it.
She made it okay.
I don't know what the hell he's talking about. This guy's just all different types of confused.
Tierra made a song promoting the independent, don't need a man lifestyle, and the girl.
Hey man, y'all not about to do this to Sierra, bro. Y'all not about to do this to Sierra, bro. I don't give a fuck what her lifestyle is, bro. Y'all got these other bitches out here making the same music, bro, but worse. Now, when somebody that's not in the predicament that y'all are in, or the women that's speaking on this shit, y'all got something to say about it? But these other single hoes that's actually living this lifestyle, y'all don't have a problem with that. But if a bitch with a husband, a happy...
I had to click out of that. It was just too ignorant.
Okay, check this out. What if a couple,
he's not hollering right now. So this is before he went viral. So he was talking about, I don't know, just all different types of random stuff. So you don't even really see, we're going to talk about this in a second.
The gender reveal. But they didn't want to use the traditional colors like blue and pink. So they chose the color black because the baby was dead. Okay, check this out. What if a couple, they had a gender reveal? But they didn't want to use the traditional colors like blue and pink. So they chose the color black because the baby was dead. Okay.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about this real quick. You see, when you meet a person, when you meet a man, he can appear normal. He can appear normal if you don't ask him too many questions or don't see him in different light and circumstances and situations. He can seem like a normal person, right? This is why you have to just sit back, watch, listen, observe, and be open to new information. Let me tell you all something. Listen, let me tell you all something. And you all have been able to see this with me in real time. If the answers that you're giving do not stand up to my questions, right? I don't have no allegiance to you. I don't have no, oh, I supported you yesterday, so I got to keep, no, no, no. I listen to what it is that you say. And much like when we are learning how to drive, right? And you have like, I remember when I was in the defensive driving course, right? We were sitting in chairs and there was a TV and, and we had to, do these scenarios and whatnot about how we would, yeah. And then something would jump out, a bird would fly out and all this other stuff, right? Because it was the defensive driving course. And then once you get new information, new stimuli, you turn, you pivot, you shift, but you don't keep going in the same direction. I am the personification of the pivot. I am the personification of the pivot. If you are behaving in a manner, look, I could look. You remember Bob Ross, right? You remember Bob Ross, the dude with the afro from like the 70s and 80s, and he used to paint. And remember, he loved birds in the sky and he loved to make fluffy clouds, right? One of the things that you remember about Bob Ross is he would be sitting there making a painting, and sometimes the stuff looked a little weird on the screen, right? But as more dibs and dabbles happened on the canvas, it started to create a picture that was recognizable or something that you can discern, right? Because I remember he used to be like chop, 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 chop. And then the next thing you know, these chop, 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 they would become trees, right? So me, right? Our association is a canvas. And we can put down that top coat and the undercoat, and we can even put some beautiful colors on there, right? But as you reveal more, and that picture starts looking like a nightmare, right? When I start seeing the kraken coming up out of the water, I realize who it is that you are, and I pivot away. There's a lot of people who don't understand that about me, and they'll be like, "Oh, Tonya, stop speaking to people that no. Oh no, or rather, yeah, damn right. Yes, oh yes, oh yes. Once I continue with these brush strokes, I'm asking questions. Here goes a cloud. Here goes a tree. Oh, here, this is some water. And then I start seeing the tentacles of that kraken coming up out of the water, trying to swallow the ship. And you doggone right, I'm out of there. I ain't gonna stay. I asked you all a question the other day. I showed you an image of some white boy on TikTok, and I said, if this dude came in with a long duffel bag and the metal detector went off, you stay in there or you running? I'm running. I am running. I'm running. Sit back. Ask your questions. This goes for men and women. This goes for the content that you consume, because so many of you out there was talking about how you believe Fat Phil was down for black women and all this other stuff. I just listened to my intuition, my spirit natekhi. My spirit natekhi. And I never stayed in that direction. Let me tell you. My ancestors, my guides, my guardian angels, they be working overtime. I don't know what some of you be on and stuff like that, but you have got to just sit back and just watch, listen. You know what I mean? Everybody is not on the same page, and some people are really good at pretending for a little while. What is that? Yes, the Kraken. This is what I'm talking about. And you all know exactly what I'm talking about. You painting a beautiful picture and everything seemed nice. Oh, we got so much in common. Oh, we going roller skating and ice skating together. Oh, oh, this person bought me a gift for my birthday. Oh, yes, we hung out. Yeah, that's wonderful. Oh. But as the picture continues to be painted and you listening to her talking about her other friends, or you listening to her talk about how she ain't got no other friends, and you listening to her and things begin to get revealed. You hear her calling her daughter all types of bitches, and the little girl is crying, running to the corner. Or you hear her calling her son all types of dumb nigga this and dumb nigga that, and you like, this the... And then as the picture continues to unfold, you realize that the person that you were making this painting of, that as more is revealed, then you're able to better make a decision about how to get the fuck out of there and get the fuck away from this person. Listen, don't expect me to keep anybody in my life, in my circle, or even in my playlist who is not feeding my spirit in the ways that it needs to be fed. Gosh, have mercy. Let's go back to this is very interesting because it's like this is how you all give it up.
Hey, real quick, just a question for every man that's gonna see this. Even if you chose to put one on, how many times has a woman told you to put on a condom? Comment that shit below. Hey,
Let's see. Okay, so we can look at some of these answers over here since he doing a call and step and repeat or whatever the heck is called. So let's take a look at some of these responses here. Let's see, right? One dude says a lot, real talk, about a lot, but I never wait for them to tell me. I'm just gonna go ahead and do it on my own. I've been asking this question for years. You see the first man, you be the first man to say a lot, for real. But yeah, most definitely strap up without being told. Here comes Redhead, and Redhead says, a woman, oh, it's not on the screen. Let me see if I can make this smaller so we can see what these people are saying, right? Redhead says, a woman shouldn't have to tell you. That's automatic, right? He ain't respond. Oh, did he respond back to her? Somebody, oh, this thing is not, hold on. This thing, oh, Mirage.
man, I done missed a lot of shit.
Mirage, where the thing there?
Hey, real quick, just a question.
I don't want to hear no more here question. This a question. I'm not able to really scroll through this like I want to. True, but I used to walk in with new box in my hand, so I didn't have to say shit. They knew what it meant. No glove, no love. Ernest says, honestly, never. If even probably like once. I've always been the one to ask them if they want me to put one on. Most of the times they say, it's your choice. And Naya comes in and says, just because the woman didn't tell you doesn't mean you shouldn't. You need someone to ask you to do it. It should be automatic. Live Again says, actually, rarely, right? So I just want you all just to get a sense for what's going on out there. Apparently, there are a lot of women out there who are not asking these men to put on protection. Apparently, there's a lot of different women out there. So these are the men, and they don't have the moral compass. They don't have the sexual discipline. You know, there was a whole branch of science, junk science, right? Oh, I need to read these apples. You know what? Go ahead and send your apple through. Here it is, www.cash.app/$ Tonya TKO. I'm about to read these apples now, right? There was a whole field of junk science. And, oh, this guy is from Texas. This is how Texans sound. Ugh. Nonetheless. Ugh, Miraz. There was a whole field of junk science which talked about the sexual immorality and the hypersexuality of Black men. And they regarded Black men as animals. And much like in evolutionary biology, where it talks about different species of monkeys and the size of their phallus and the size of their balls compared to other species, right? They were saying that, and they showed it in this book that I was reading, because I used to study evolutionary biology and evolutionary psychology. They said that the larger the balls, the more promiscuous the female of that species, right? And so they showed different types of monkeys who had different sized testicles, different sized shafts, and they even said that the male penis is a plunger and a suction to suction out other men's semen and to plunger in, etc. Plunger in and then scrape out, plunger and scraper, right? Nonetheless. So there was a whole field of junk science dedicated to discovering and helping to understand Black men's animalistic nature and their lack of intelligence and all of this other stuff. And they looked at the size of the Black male penis compared to the size of other men in our species, right? And they attributed that to his hypersexuality. They said that the size of his penis, much like animal penis size, right, and animal testicular size, was attributed to any number of things, that they came up with to create conclusions. And so Black men come out and they make videos like these and they talk on these panels and they go to different countries and they leave little fluffy headed babies all over the place and they talk about, being baby daddies and not caring about their children and not taking care of their children. And they are creating the narrative that is blending into people's minds of who these N words are. These men don't take care of their children. These men abandon their children. These men are hypersexual. These men have low sexual immorality. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I lived in Japan for a year. All men are not like this. Asian men are not, they don't behave this way. Asian men are not out there trying to tear down anything with some walls. They're not out there like that. So, we could say, oh, men are the same all over. No, Black men are hypersexual. And I don't know if it's because of the culture. I don't know if it's because something going on in their mind. But other men from other communities don't behave this way. There's at least some sort of moral compass. Like, I don't know what the hell this man has been through in his life that has him on the internet screaming, hollering, and behaving in this manner, right? I don't know how traumatized he's been from the past. I don't know. We don't know this dude, right? But one of the things that I do know is that Black men behave differently than other men that I have seen in different parts of the world, right? Now, all men pretty much are interested in sex. Black men take it to a whole other level. And this is Black men who have gone through the transatlantic slave trade and were dropped off in the Caribbean, dropped off in the Americas, dropped off in Central and South America. These Black men behave the same, right? In terms of this wanton need to have all of these sexual conquests, right? I have not seen this. For those of you who have lived in other countries like I have, and I'm telling you that there is a modesty that exists among Japanese men, that they're not out here on the trove like this. They have respect for their bodies, for themselves, for women. They don't go out behaving like this. And they damn sure are not about that, just creating a whole bunch of children everywhere, just dropping their little seeds and the niglet babies everywhere. They're not doing that. And listen, even Black men in Africa, I don't know what it is about Black men that they have to behave this way, or that they choose to behave this way, but they seem to be, I don't know, they seem to be really aligned with that type of behavior, judging each other's masculinity and what's the word, their viability in the community based on how many different women they can get, sometimes even at the same time, running all different types of trains and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And men need to check this man. They need to, this man is sullying black. Somebody says yes they do in Africa. You're gonna have to be a little more specific. Yes, what do? Niglet babies is anti-black language. Yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I feel you. I feel you on that. Yep. And so Imoto is saying Japanese women compared to Western women. Listen, women are women. Women are women. And when we say Japanese women compared to Western women, in what type of way are you referring? Have you lived in Japan? Listen, right now there is a crisis in Japan. You don't know what you're talking about. There's a crisis in Japan because women are having so few babies. The women are working. They are enjoying working and enjoying living and being on their own. Women are waking up all over the world, right? And so I don't know what it is that you're referring to. You may have been looking at one too many geisha movies, but the geisha customs are of the past. That is not present day. Present day, women are waking up because they weren't treated right in the relationships and marriages that they had. They weren't treated in a manner in which they had full autonomy and movement so that they could be able to do what it is and have their own lives flourish. Imhotep is saying 33% of all women, to include married, are currently committing paternity fraud. Men and women are at fault. And you know what? I saw a number very close to that when I read the book, Why Beautiful People Have More Daughters. It's a book on evolutionary biology, psychology, and they talked about how about 1/3 of babies that men think are theirs really belongs to somebody else. I really honestly don't know why in 2023 we do not have automatic paternity tests at the hospital. I don't know why we don't do that. I don't know why we don't even have maternity tests with the ways that babies are being switched up. It needs to be mandatory. This is 2023. This is the time that we don't need to be playing these games. And there's a lot at stake. And no, every woman is not honest about who the father of the child is. And especially when they go out there having intercourse with people like this and then pushing the baby off on somebody else.
For every man that's gonna see this, even if you chose to put one on.
Oh, we saw that already. Let's see. It says sensitive comment.
Say me and you, we get married, and I'm a bum. But you being the, you know what I'm saying, successful black woman that you are, you owned 3 revenue producing properties before we even met each other, before we even knew each other existed. Then I end up proposing to you and I say I want to marry you. So you bring to my attention, hey, I want to protect the assets that I had before I met you, just in case we get a divorce. Then I say, okay, cool, baby girl. But the prenup that you want to make for yourself to protect your assets, can you put in that prenup? I get half of those 3 revenue producing properties that you own before you met me. Because since we getting married, that's logical for me to take half of the shit that you worked for before you met me because you cheated on me. So the only reason I'll marry you if you put a cheating clause in your prenup that's supposed to protect your assets, because if you cheat on me, remember, I get half. Say me and
What
you.
is he talking about? And you know what? I can tell from what it is that he's saying that this man is not as stupid as he seems. He's not as dumb as he seems. Let me see. Let me see with this. Oh, So this is the video of that woman who was attacked. The one that was this is the video of the woman that was attacked in that she opened up the door for a black man and then he attacked her. I don't know how many of you saw that video, but if they got the warning on there. So he followed her around the gym and then he tried to pin her down on the ground, and she's a bodybuilder, so she had to fight him off. He didn't add no commentary on this. So look, his hashtags on this video is, let me see if I can get this up here. His hashtags are, let me pull this down so you can see. Protect women's right. Protect yourself, protect your family. So you see how he one moment is talking about protecting women's rights. So I can tell this man is not as dumb as he seems. He's talking about 3 revenue producing streams of income. He knows the vernacular. He knows the vocabulary. He may have a mush mouth, but this man is not an idiot. He knows what he's saying. So he's doing Tory Lane's update. This is very interesting. So let's see.
Shout out to Cattails TV. They made a very important observation. Back on the Tory Lanez case, usually when they ask a witness to identify a certain situation in court, the victims and the suspect usually be in the courtroom for the witness to identify who's who. And it's kind of odd for the prosecution to debrief the defense's witness before the motherfucker takes stand to testify, even though his testimony was all over the fucking.
I don't know what he's talking about. Look,
Hey, check this out. I'm about to make a crazy ass comparison, but I might ruffle a few of you birds' feathers, so go ahead and be patient. You know how women say the things they do to enhance themselves and make themselves feel good is not for men. Like the way they do their hair, the way they dress, the way they conduct themselves, even when they go get their body done or their lips done. They say they do all this for themselves and shit. I believe them, because we all want to fix some things that we insecure about, or just plain on make us look better. But believe it or not, bro, most women are not trying to look good for men. Most women are trying to look better than the next woman. I do think at some small degree women are doing things to enhance themselves for men, but it don't matter if the woman is ugly or beautiful. They get the same type of attention. To be honest, bro, I ain't really trying to say this shit, but most men attract to unattractive women because they think they're desperate. Then we are attracted to the most beautiful women because they hard to get. But saying all this shit, why don't y'all understand that the fact that men like multiple women, getting multiple women, strikes their ego the same way the BBLs, the makeup, the hair extensions strikes a woman ego. But the only reason women be so jealous and insecure about that situation, because that small degree that they do things for men that they want men to notice is being challenged when they men notice another woman. Now go ahead and follow me.
so you see, he's making content to be followed. He dances to the beat. So going further, the further and further back you go in his videos, let's go all the way down. Let's see. So it looks like he was a little chubby before. Look at the chubbaroonie. You cannot have this music in here. Think big, not small. If you really want to know, if you really want to know how your girlfriend really is, bro, all you got to do is F one of her friends. If you really want to know how your girl, see what I'm saying? So he's here. Let's see, bro, really? A female best friend is just a B, you ain't effed yet. But you need to keep that relationship platonic. All her friends usually going to be, what is he talking about?
About her whole ass friends. I swear for God, bitch told me that her.
So he got too much music in there for us to be playing.
Man, if you haven't adapted this theory, because you probably never heard of it, because I created this shit. It's a 2-date theory.
Take a woman out on 2 dates. After the second date, bro, maintain communication with her for about 2 weeks. If she hasn't asked you out or made the gesture for her to take you out on a date, it's not like we even give a fuck. It's just a gesture. You feel me? If she haven't asked, bro, stop fucking with it. She using you. A woman gonna spend money on a nigga she like. If she hasn't, then it's not you. Go ahead and follow me, man. Man,
You
if you
see the
haven't,
type of stupidness he's talking about? 2 dates and she's supposed to ask you out on a date? You see what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Trigger alert. Women, don't watch this. Here's a video he doesn't want
Man,
women to
if you're in a
watch.
relationship, dog, you gotta cheat on your girl at least once or twice. You gotta let her know that she got competition out here. She gonna do either three things: leave, fucking, or position herself to make it seem like she's worth not being cheated on again. If she fucking, you gotta let her go, my boy. If she leaves, she gonna be back if you're a good dude. She might hit you with that, I can get any I want. Nah, you can get any. This counts as bad women and good women out here single. They know trying to be committed. So the ball is in your court. Man, if you're in a relationship, dog, you gotta cheat on your girl at least once or twice.
So this is the type of sleazeball he is. Oh my gosh. He got a
if I'm
bonnet
taking you
on.
out on a date, I'm trying to. Can't no woman on this green earth avoid that thought process. I'm not trying to get to know you. I'm trying to get to know you. Or no other nigga trying to feel played that we just took out this female. She go back home and a come over and smash. We trying to get it out the way. We don't feel like we want to waste our time either. You feel me? Why you avoid this as a woman? Every day the man take you out on, pay for yourself. Even if he asks, he gonna respect you more. If I'm taking you out on a date, I'm trying to.
So you see how they give dusty logic and dusty talking points online and got people listening to it, and silly women be taking the advice of these bums on panels. What can I say to you if you're listening to a person like this for dating advice talking about he's going to respect you more? Listen, this is why so many women are opting to just be alone, to just be with themselves. Because and you know what the thing about it is, he probably sounds like if you didn't know he had a TikTok, he probably sounds like a normal person. He probably knows how to hide his real personality for long enough. What the
Hey
hell?
man, there's 3 rules of dating. Dating. Rule number 1, if you not married, you single. Don't let that shit go over your
He
head, my
got
boy.
Cheetos
Rule number 2,
flying.
don't.
He got Cheetos shaking around on his head and stuff. Is this our first time seeing his hair? And he looked like Method Man right here. So you know there's some women out there who like him.
Don't let that shit go over your head, my boy. Rule number 2, don't you ever lie to a female that you fucking with. You telling the truth is giving her an option or a choice to decide if she want to fuck with you or not. Rule number 3, very important. Always keep a side chick. She gonna teach you how to treat your main chick through her actions. Go ahead and follow me. Hey,
You
man.
see what I'm saying? This guy, this is just pure foolishness. Yeah, this is our first time seeing his hair. I don't know what the freaking frack. Ah.
Black Americans make up 13% of the U.S. population. However, they make up 53.1% of the murders.
Bro, it's 330 million people in the United States. If black people make up 13% of that, it should at least be 35 million of us in the United States. You feel me? But if 25,000 murders are occurring a year roughly, but this was in 2020, which is cool because they don't keep up with deaths like that. But if 25,000 people has been killed and we're responsible for 53% of these, that means we're at least responsible for like 12,000 deaths, which is not so many deaths. It's not. But granted, we don't want people losing their lives for senseless violence or for nothing, especially if they're innocent. But what she's saying is motherfucking false. We are not responsible for 53% of the deaths. Newsflash. White people kill more because it's more white people.
This is who is available out here on these streets. I can't take no more of this. I can't take no more of this. This is too much. This is too much. Hi, Mirage. This is too much. This is too much. Like, what? So, ladies, I really don't listen. I don't know what to say. All of you are not going to listen to me, right? All of you are not going to listen to me. Right now, there's 1,400 people on YouTube, 131 on Facebook, and we got 2 Twitchies. Hey, welcome, 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 right? And so all I can say is, listen, I'm going to ask you for your self-love lessons in a moment. I put the Cash App in the description of every video. I also posted it inside the thing. You can send your apples through so I can read them on air. If each person sent $1, that would more than support this and many other broadcasts. So I'm going to go ahead and check the apples real quick. This is a lot. All right. So Jamie sends $1.23 and says, thanks for the discussion. You're welcome. Thank you for the apple. Samaj sends $5 and says, always calling out the dust. You know what? There's a lot of dust on both sides of the equation. Female dust, because he's not laying down with anybody who truly values themselves, especially if he's talking about how he dates. If he's expecting to be taken out on a damn date after he's paid for 2 dates, and you know he ain't going no place classy on his damn date. So he want to buy you 2 burgers and then laugh about all it took was $2 and some dick to get you to fuck. So, hey, look, we brought in $69 for the broadcast so far. All right, Christine sends in $2 and says, no shame in sleeping with jump-offs unprotected. Wow. I mean, that's how he's getting down and giving it up. That's his body, and he doesn't even understand that he doesn't love himself. James sends $2 and says, lack of accountability, addicted to nuts. Yeah. Shawana sends 111 and says, getting paid off the PP boys. Yes, I am. Thank you, Passport Boys. Have some more drama so I can get more money. Zahara sends 222 and says, I'm tired of these males. A lot of us are. And the thing is that they are hypnotizing people with associating their image with degeneracy. That's what they're doing. Shawnee sends $5 and says, it says it's on his name, House of Hypocrites. He's a damn hypocrite. Yeah, you know, he has a lot of conflicting stuff going on over there. Probably some undiagnosed mental health issues. Tony says, first month you met the representative, not the man. Exactly. So it's like people can pretend. I think they said that a person can pretend for the first 6 months, I think they said. But after 6 months, or is it the first year? I'm not sure. You have to tell me. Cheyenne sends $3 and says, thank you for all that you do. Very informative. Today's video was informative. You have to tell me what informed you from today's video, because I'm not really sure what I informed of. Torian sends $5 and says, for the knockout you're throwing, for the punches you're throwing tonight. Well, thank you. Jamie sends $2 and says, can you shout out my little sister, Natalie? Hey, Natalie, I don't know how old you are, but it's never too early to start learning how to love yourself. So make sure that you're watching my videos, not just because Jamie said so, but because you realize that there's a long, far way to go in this life, and it starts with self-love. So Jamie, why don't you get my self-love affirmations book for Natalie, huh? Get the affirmations book for Natalie. Don't just want some shout out on air. Get a book that Natalie can work through and be able to get these positive affirmations. One of the things that I realized from getting back in and working the book myself is that far too often the thoughts that we have going on in our mind are negative, abusive, disrespectful, and we don't have enough internal dialogue pumping us up and saying amazing, wonderful things to us. So since I started using my affirmations workbook again, now a lot of the thoughts inside of my head are, it actually is pretty much drowned out the negative thoughts. And now I have all of these beautiful, wonderful, amazing thoughts. So I'm happy for that. So get the book for yourself. I'm telling you, it is magic the way it just really rewrites your subconscious program. And we all need some of that in our lives. The link to the book is in the description, or you can just go to my website, tonyatko.com. There's a direct link from there. Dion sends $5 and says, never stop. Fly Shar sends $5 and says, when last have you seen a condom ad only for PrEP? You know what? You're right. I haven't seen a condom ad in a really long time. But you know what? Nowadays, you can't even really talk about sex or intercourse, penetration, or none of that in these videos. You can't. So who are the advertisers? Like, they penalize my videos, the amount of times that I've mentioned sex and intercourse in this video. So they penalize my videos, but they could get Trojan to advertise on videos like mine where we're discussing sex. But instead, they just go ahead and give you a yellow dollar sign so that you don't get paid. So thank you all for the apples, because a video like this is not going to make ad revenue. So Amira sends $10 and says, my first Cash App, love your content. Is this the first? Yes, it is. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Jessica says, he's an attention seeker and pandering. Is he pandering? I do think he's an attention seeker, and I do think that he probably said a lot of different things just hoping for one of it to go viral, you know? And so he's got his wish, and now he's viral. Little sends $5 and says, friend about to have a baby with a guy just like this. Really? Look, this is, and so this is who she's choosing to bring life into this world with. Cherie sends $2 and says, love you, watching you before bed. Oh, you're so sweet. Well, you know, I want you to listen to uplifting content before you go to bed. I'm going to create a recording for to accompany the affirmations book so that you can meditate on that. So that before you go to bed, you have the thoughts that are rotating around in your mind that are going to lift you higher. Right? Toria sends $1 and says, clearing the dust. I know that's right. I know that's right. Okay, so I'm going to check the apples again in a moment. You can go ahead and get yours in. But what more is there to talk about in this situation, honestly? Oh my goodness, there's 5 people watching from Twitch. This is the most we ever had. This is the most we ever had, is 5 people on Twitch. Thank you. I appreciate all of the love and support. So I want to see, what are your thoughts about this? Do we have enough time to open up the phone lines? We've been on too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end this broadcast, and then we're going to come right back and we're going to open up the phone lines. What time is it? So you all will be able to call in and give me your thoughts and all of that about this particular situation. So I want to see, what are your thoughts about all of this? Honestly, what are your thoughts? I want to see, what is the self-love lesson you learned from today? Hey, Twitchies, the Twitch gang is over there. And so look, over the next week or so, you might see me with some strange lipstick combinations, because I need to try out every color combination. So I'm going to try out some that I've never done before. So it might look a little weird, but just bear with me and let me know what it is that you think. Because, you know, I'm coming out with 2 lipstick palettes, and so, yeah, so just let me know over this upcoming week. So like, I know like something like this looks fire, and this is in the nude pack. And so I'm doing a red pack as well. So just stay tuned for that. But yeah, so let's see. I want to see what some of your comments are. And then we are going to, we're going to close out this video, and then we're going to start another video with the, Ultimate says, check the apples. Okay. I'm refreshing now. Okay. So I see there's a bunch of apples that have come in. So what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get your comments here, I am going to, I'm going to read the apples again. Then we're going to get out of here. Then we're going to start another video. So those of you on the text notification squad, And if you want to join the text notification squad, go to www.tonyatko.com/TEXT. Self-love, stay away from men like this. These men make my skin crawl. I remain cordial for my safety, but I absolutely exit stage left. Absolutely. Absolutely. Dark says, I need the nude. This is a pretty nude, isn't it? It makes my lips look like Lauryn Hill's from back in the days. You stepped on the good men so much and passed them up. Now they're passing you up. It's equal. This nigga's not no good man. This nigga's not no good man. He's not. So what the fuck are you talking about? Even if everything that he's saying is a joke, in every joke there's a little bit of truth. The good men are not stepped over. You know what it is? Is good men go after the bad bees and the baddies and the women that and the girls that they think every man wants. But just like with Steve Urkel, there's a woman who wanted all of those nice guys who he thought wasn't good enough for him, or he didn't like her as much or whatever. But these boys always had options, always. But they didn't like the options that were presented to them. Men are so homosocial that they are more interested in impressing other men with the type of women that they get, that they are not even, listen, if men knew what was right for them, they would choose the woman who was all about him. But instead, he wants that big old challenge from the preference who doesn't want him. So please, close your mouth. You're lying. You're being disingenuous. Close your mouth. They want the baddie. They want to get the girl that is hard to get, that a lot of other men want. They want the biracial look. They want the white look. They want the Asian one. And they're leaving all of the little black girls right there in the class with nobody wanting them, especially if you are living in a mixed area or an area with Latinos. Listen, I went to school in the Bronx. I grew up in the Bronx before I moved and started traveling the world. I know what it was like being a little caramel complected girl, and all the boys wanted the Latinas or the girls with the long hair, and it was the girls who were little and had the chewing gum jeans on with the camel toe squished up in the middle, and those were the girls they wanted. They didn't want anybody darker than a brown paper bag. They didn't want no chocolate skinned girls. They didn't want the girls who had braids and beads in their hair. They wanted the girls whose hair were loose and had a straighter texture. That's what they wanted. So stop. And the crazy part about it is that Steve Urkel, the writers of that, were doing fiction because they know that Steve would have been going for Myra while a brown-skinned girl would have been holding the door open for him. So they on TV, they creating a different scenario than what existed in real life. So no one cares what they want. They have nothing. Not the swished up. I mean, it really was. I remember them jeans from back in the days, and it was a whole different story back then. I was like, what is this? I remember I was in the bathroom one day, and there was the older girls who had been left back a few times. And so they were in the same grade. And so, we went to the bathroom. And I remember this older girl, I must have been 9 at the time. She must have been 11, and she had already started growing vaginal hairs. And she was giving the young ladies a lesson. And and there was no tissue in the bathroom, right? I'll never forget this. I'll never forget this as long as I live, right? There was no tissue in the bathroom, and so one of the girls was like, there was no tissue on one of the stalls. There was tissue on the other stall. And they was like, oh, Giselda, or whatever her name was. They was like, you don't need tissue? And she was like, no, once you grow hair, you don't need to wipe anymore. And I was young at the time, and I heard that, and I was like, is this true? I didn't know anything about that because I was young. I didn't have hair, but she said she had a whole bush and she didn't need to wipe. So you'll be listening to people who don't know what the F they talking about. But these are the girls that the boys wanted. Listen, these are the girls that the boys wanted. They wanted all of these girls. They wanted the ones who were light in complexion, who had the longer looking hair. This is who they wanted. This is who they wanted. Girls who, once they had hair, didn't feel that they needed to wipe. I can't even imagine, as a woman and knowing what it is that I know, I can't even imagine what all of that smelled like over there. I can't even imagine. Somebody said yuck. Somebody said yuck. Listen. Listen. I listen, but you know what the thing about it is, that children, like, you gotta look, and this is how we are now on the internet. We listening to any fool with enough money to afford a phone. Any fool with a phone. I don't even know if she was shaking it dry. I think she just pulled up her underwear. But where was her mother? Where was her mother to tell her the truth? Where was her mother to teach her? Giselda, I hope you have learned by now. You gotta wipe. Oh my Lord, you gotta wipe. Oh my goodness, you gotta wipe. You gotta wipe. Oh my goodness. So Jamie says, I don't wipe any. Listen, Natalie, do not listen to your sister, Jamie. You need to, Jamie, I don't know what you on. But Natalie, listen to your big sister, Tonya TKO. Look, here, I already did a whole video on hygiene. Listen, take the tissue, right? Make sure you got a nice ply tissue. You see this? You can't see through it. You see this? This is a nice ply. Look, nice ply tissue. You only need about 3 squares, right? Save tissue. Fold it, right? And wipe down. Wipe. Let me tell you, Natalie, because I don't think Jamie is going to tell you. Jamie is leading you astray. Wipe down. And just, or you can just pat and push back. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, because I don't know what Jamie is doing. They got people talking about only poor folks use washcloths and all of this. I'm trying to tell you, listen, you got to wipe, yes, from the front to the back. Front to back. Push down. If you ain't heard it nowhere else, you heard it here today. I'm sorry. Listen. Listen. Okay. We done got off topic. Let me read the apples, give the self-love lesson, and then I'm going to get out of here. Listen to this. I cannot. Somebody said, I never heard of wipe down. Oh, Lord. Yes. Do we have to do a whole hygiene video? You have got to wipe from front to back, because you don't want to drag any fecal matter up into your vaginal folds, into the labia. You have got to wipe from front to back. Look, however it is that you want to do it, you have got to push from the front to the back, because you don't want to drag from back to front. So yes, you have got to. Oh my goodness. Listen. Let me check the apples, because you all are acting crazy here today. All right. Lanita sends $2 and says, thanks for the commentary as always. I appreciate that. Thank you. Clear sends $2 and says, Mississippi Jim Crow laws says white judges ruling. Well, you know what? If black men want to sit up here and they want to let robots take their jobs, and they want to sit up here talking about being passport bros, and they are unaliving each other, and they're not paying attention to what's happening, what do they think is going to happen? Listen, black women, we need to really start thinking about reconnaissance. Sarah sends 233 and says, for love. Clear comes back and says, make yourself the face. Now you the target. Sad. Glynis says, Tonya, do you think black men are louder about the dislike for women? Of course, than other men. I think black men do it more publicly. However, white men are the most savage and the most vicious when it comes to talking about their hatred for women. It's very bizarre, but they keep theirs under wraps. They're talking about this in forums and in message boards, in Facebook groups, and they keep theirs under wraps. They're not all over podcasts, like doing it like these pendejos are. They're not. Finance Diva sends $3 for support. Thank you. I appreciate that. Jessica says first cash app. Um, first cash app, Mentifly from IG. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so Ultimate Enigma sends 1.33 and says, keep your standards high. It weeds people out. Absolutely. But you know what? Some people don't even know what high standards are. So we have to find a way to teach people about how to raise their standards. Shawnee sends $1 and says, ladies, it's on you. Pay attention to red flags / signs. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. All right. So we got all those apples in. So my battery's dying. Let's talk about the self-love lessons that I learned from today's broadcast, right? All right. So listen. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself, the self-love lesson that I learned from today's video is really about just sitting back and observing. I think that is the main lesson here. Sit back and observe, because sooner or later a person is going to reveal who it is that they are. Ask questions and listen to the answer. Far too many of us women, we want to live in a fantasy world where we are expecting and hoping for the best, that we ignore red flags, we ignore the real answers that people are giving us, and we continue to be volunteers for victimhood. We continue to volunteer for victimhood. Meta says sometimes the red flags and signs don't show up till months or years later. You know what? I don't believe that. I believe that the red flags are there, but that we don't know how to interpret them. The red flags are there. They're there, but we just don't know. This is why you have to ask very pressing, prying questions and just listen, and look and run background checks nowadays. It's so important. And so Montel is saying, you modern women have too high standards. What is it that you consider too high? Why don't you come back on the next broadcast and call in? Because how can anybody have too high of a standard? If you are willing to be with yourself and without anybody else, is your standard too high? If you are happy with yourself, and for another person to come into your life, a person has to meet XYZ. There are far too many of us who are living with a limited mindset, limiting beliefs, and we are not really understanding that if we live in a matrix, right? If all of this is a simulation, then there has to be somebody out there created for you, right? How long are you willing to stay with yourself while look, do the work on yourself. There are some people's standards, quote unquote standards, that have nothing to do with their values, goals, direction in life, and all of that, right? Like, I have spoken to women who are 5'1" who want a man to be over 6 feet. And what do you need him to be 6 feet for if you're 5'1"? You know what I'm saying? Like, there are some things that are ridiculous, but when it comes to how a person treats you, how it is that they're showing up, it's like you really have to take the time to hone on the inside. What is it that you really, 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 truly, truly, truly need in a partner? And some of that you really have to send up the ranks to your intuition, to your ancestors, and really pay attention to what it is that's being downloaded. But for that guy who is saying that women have too high a standards, it's probably because women are not choosing you that you feel that way. Because if they were, you wouldn't feel that the standards were too high. You would be happy for their high standards because you would make the cut. But if you're not making the cut, then now you're looking at these standards and you know that you're being kept away from certain women. But the types of women that the vast majority of Black men are feeling is the ultimate is not even a unambiguous Black woman with the Negroid phenotype anyway. So you're looking at your preferences, who all the Black men are going after, while there are beautiful single Black women who are single, um lovely, have done the internal work, and they're sitting around alone because they're loyal to a group of men who are out there looking for anybody who is of European or Asian ancestry or DNA. So it's like, don't start talking about the standards are too high. We just heard this N word talk about how women are not even asking him to wear condoms. So if you look around at the way the Black community looks and who Black women are giving a chance to, you see that the standards are not too high. The standards are actually pretty low. The bar is in hell, as women are saying nowadays. The bar is in hell. But you're upset because the women who you want and who you feel are the preference for you don't want you because they have so many other options because they're exotical. They're exotic. So anyway, on that note, let me check the apples one last time, and then we're going to get out of here and come back for a call-in show. So Paulina sends knockout. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sean T sends $2. Thank you. And we have brought in, let me see if I can move it up high enough. Oh, I can't. We brought in $111 for today. So that's a magical number. So listen, on that note, I will see you all in the next video. We're going to come right back out and open up the phone lines. All right, Tonya TKO, and I'm out. Go out there and love one another. Most importantly, love yourself. And part of loving yourself, I tell you, is part of loving yourself. Oh, we went over that already. But I say part of loving yourself is really is valuing yourself enough to just sit back and pay attention, watch how a person moves, ask questions. But don't worry, I got you. The game of questions is going to be out soon. This is a prototype of the box, and so it'll be out soon. Somebody says congratulations. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. All right, I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you all so much. We're going to come right back out. And so Text Notification Squad, you're going to get your text. And if you haven't joined the Text Notification Squad, the links are in the description. Make sure you get your text anytime we go live. I'll see you all in the next video. All right, peace, everybody. Peace, peace, peace.